time, you know that I'm driven by the desire to help impact-driven entrepreneurs and small business owners mindfully, strategically, and successfully scale their business to multiple six or seven figures. And as an empath, when they don't succeed, it truly breaks my heart. So I wanted to share an example of a business that did not succeed and explain why they did not succeed so you can avoid these common pitfalls in your own business and with your own business expansion efforts. So this was a startup company I worked with not too long ago. The business owner had sold some personal assets to fund the company. They had hired a bunch of people, rented some office space, and were busy working on getting their product ready for launch. There were three key things that they were missing in their business that affected their ability to succeed. And the first one is that they did not have any financial management systems in place. They didn't have a budget, so they didn't know where they were spending their money and how much they should be spending in each area of their business. They didn't have a cash flow statement in place, so they didn't see where the money was going out each day and each week, or when they were going to run out of money. So eventually, one of the partners that the business owner hired blew through all of the money and they ran out of money. The second thing that they did not have in place was a strategic plan with key performance indicators to measure success. So they didn't know where they should be spending their time and energy each day. They kind of just decided day to day where they would spend their time and energy, and this caused a lot of confusion and chaos within the team. And there weren't any concerted efforts. It wasn't a joint effort amongst the team members working towards a common goal. The third thing did or didn't do is that they were convinced that they needed to create the perfect product before they could go to market or that they could launch, instead of creating a MVP or a minimum viable product, which is the minimum product that you can create that will actually work, that you can get out into the market and get feedback on from key contacts and friends, family, even, and friendlies that you can get feedback from so that you can understand what the market actually needs and wants. If you wait until you have the perfect product, then you might run out of money, you might miss the window of opportunity, and you might never make it to launch. And so unfortunately, this business kept putting off their launch, thinking that they had to have the perfect product before they could go to market. And that's just not true. They had an MVP that they could have taken to market with a pretty substantial group of people that they would have been able to get feedback from in order to learn what they needed to change and improve for their official launch. So try to avoid these three common pitfalls in your business when you're launching or scaling. Ensure that you have financial management systems in place with a regular review process. Ensure that you have a strategic plan to work from so that you can make informed, confident decisions about where to spend your time, and key performance indicators or metrics to measure your success along the way so you can course correct before it's too late. And don't get caught up in thinking that you have to create the perfect product before you can launch. Create an MVP, get it out into the market, get some feedback, make some changes. In fact, it's always an iterative process, right? You're always going to get feedback from your clients even after you launch along the way to make the product or service better each time. But get an MVP out into the market first so that you can understand what you might need to change for that official launch. So I hope this helps you avoid these common pitfalls when you're expanding or launching or scaling your own business.